views, and I hope your audio works now, on how and what you are doing to provide the arms and legs through the BFSI sector to make the rural India Atmanirbhar.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shalini, and thank you, Tharu Foundation, for this webinar, which has been organized within 1 year of your existence on a very, very relevant topic. So it shows the vision of the leadership. Congratulations. And as regards rural-urban gap in the BFSI sector, what I feel is over the years, India has witnessed a monumental growth in digital and financial inclusion. Today, there are 493 million active internet users in the country, out of which 200 million are in rural India. Further, 80% of adults in India have bank accounts, as compared to merely 35% in 2011. And this was possible mainly due to the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which was done in a mission mode. Despite this, I should tell that despite the evolution of digital payments in India, the rural-urban divide continues to exist. Access alone is not enough to achieve meaningful financial health. 1/4 of the financial accounts opened in mission mode and all are remaining dormant. And many of the rural folk even now depend on cash instead of digital transactions. So the query is how we can address this discrepancy. There are a lot of challenges and opportunities as far as digital and financial inclusion are concerned. The first is a robust technology infrastructure, which is the backbone of digital inclusion. While rise in the number of mobile devices in rural areas is seen, these areas still lack reliable and cheap internet connectivity options. Then the digital inclusion becomes a challenge because of this factor. That is, a robust technology infrastructure is not there. Okay, BharatNet project is a work in progress, but then till that, another 2-3 years, it will be like rural India is much away from digital inclusion. Digital, banking has failed to take off in rural India. Merely 18% of the rural population use internet for financial transactions compared to 44% in urban areas. While poor internet connectivity is one of the reasons, a lot of people in rural areas also lack necessary digital literacy to access these online services. Moreover, the fear of online transactions, owing to the growing number of cyber attacks, also dissuades people from using digital mode. Nationalized banks or government of India did RBI gave a big push in the by introducing business correspondent model, and it has been going on fine. But over the years, what has happened is this became financially not much viable for the business correspondents. So otherwise, they were giving even now in many places, business correspondents are bringing banking to the doorsteps of the unbanked. But then, because of various reasons, this also has not grown aggressively. Mainly because this was not viable financially for many of the business correspondents. So bringing digital inclusion to the rural area is very important because India lives in its villages. Almost 60% of India is in villages. So if we have to bring Atmanirbhar or take India to the 5 trillion economy, bringing digital banking and use of it becomes imperative. One way or how this can be addressed in why, I always feel why rural folks don't use digital mode is, one is like they go to the nearest retail shop. Digital equipment tools are not used. It's all transactions in cash. So one way for banks will be to involve all these micro merchants, which account for 92% of retail market in India, into the digital stream by providing POS machines to them. And also that when farmers, etc., go to the market, nearest retail merchants also, if they are having digital tools, digital equipment, and if they feel incentivized that digital transaction is profitable also, then there will be a push towards making rural India digital. That is one of the steps I see, because many merchants are already realizing the value of digital transactions. Payments are easier, real-time data makes for better business decisions, and moving away from cash yields greater efficiency and enables expansion to new markets. Here, like agriculture being the main occupation or main activity in rural areas, you can find many agriculture-related companies that source agriculture products from farmers. They can also promote digital inclusion, because digital payments make doing business for the small farmer safer and more efficient. So what we have to do is this last mile partners should be exploited. They should be we should use them more, along with the banking, along with the business correspondents, the last mile partners in the villages, those who are having retail merchants there, then the agricultural processing units which deal with the farmers, which deal with the rural folk. So all these last mile partners should also be encouraged to promote digital inclusion.
So, Nixon, if I may interrupt and ask you a connected question.
Yes.
Today is a great opportunity, and you just touched upon last mile. What do you think is the role that you will be playing or others will be playing in this space to leverage through the MFIs and give them the security and the financial risk cover to be able to support the last mile enterprises and the tertiary sector? And especially now, post-COVID, when we should really realize that migration to the urban cities is not an answer to all the problems, and we will have to do something to create local consumption, local production, and the whole self-sufficiency of the rural India.
See, as I told you, though we could open so many accounts because of Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana, we did it in a mission mode. But subsequent follow-up of, be it from the banking sector or from the government side or from the other stakeholders, was not very aggressive to see that these accounts become very active. So what SBI has decided, in fact, this month only, SBI has opened a new vertical, which is Financial Inclusion Micro Market Network all over India. So more than 8,000 of SBI branches all over India will be focusing only on financial inclusion and micro markets. So there will be big thrust, because India's largest bank is now going to make financial inclusion aggressive. And here you have to note that it's not opening accounts alone. We have to give credit link them also. So we have more than 115 rural self-employment training institutes all over India. These institutes can train the unemployed youth. They can do it free of cost. It is being done free of cost in all the 151 rural training institutes. They conduct courses on poultry, piggery, then dairy farming, mobile repairing, cable repairing, watch repairing, or all various skills. Training is given free of cost free of boarding and lodging, everything is given. And a certificate is given at the end of the course with which they can go to any nationalized bank and get credit linked. And also for the next 2 years, the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes will be hand-holding these micro entrepreneurs. So this is one way how this migrant issue can be addressed. Also, what we have to see is that in rural India, a lot of resources are there. What there is has to be planned at the panchayat level, mapping what are the resources available there, what are the skills available in that village, and encourage the migrants to start their own enterprise. And with the SBI, financial...
Are you as a bank engaging with the panchayats on these matters?
No, it's happening. See, and also I'll tell you, we have this financial inclusion network which is happening. We have our lead bank officers which are there. All these are now, they will get a thrust to link with the panchayat and plan their growth and implement the growth also. Here I will tell you one thing. We have in our SBI Foundation one program called SBI Gram Seva, where we have adopted 50 villages. There also we have adopted the same strategy of involving the panchayat, involving the community, and also address mapping what are the resources available in the village and making it self-sufficient. With the result that we are able to train the unemployed in these villages in our training centers and credit link them, give them loans to start their own enterprise. We have also brought into these centers community information centers. We have provided internet connection there, computers there, digital literacy centers, so that the village is aware of what is happening outside their village. Also, they know what are the price of agricultural commodities. They're also able to know what are the government